Okay. Hello, hello, hello. So welcome back to my channel and welcome to this live. Yeah, my name is Lilian Shiro. As you know, I am a registered nurse in the UK, but I trained back in Kenya. So guys, in today's video or this live, I'm gonna discuss about childcare here in the UK because it's proven to be a nightmare. Yeah, it's proven to be a nightmare, and I want to discuss some of the options that you have. Some people may know about these, and other people don't know about these options. And then I think I'll start by saying, as nurses or the healthcare workers who are joining us now, because it's open to so many people all over the world, as healthcare assistant, you can come and work in the UK, and not just the healthcare workers, even other people in other in other departments. Yeah, so this one applies to anyone who has a child who works in the UK, and probably they would want to know their options of childcare here in the UK. Yeah, so join me in this live. In case you have any questions, please drop them and I'll get to see if you have them, and then I'll answer to you. And I think I'll just start by number one here, and I'll say when it comes to childcare, you can rely on your family or you can rely on your friends. So if you have family, if you are coming, let's say you are very new here, or maybe you don't have your kids with you, or maybe, how can I say, you left your kids back home and then you are to come here, assess the situation, how life is, so that you could bring them. So my advice would be, ask your parents, your mom most likely, because brothers and sisters nowadays, mostly they are not given the visiting visa. And this is because they are said that they don't have any reasons to go back home. So they want someone who can prove after the 6 months they are able to go back home, like they have something to go back to. So most of the time they do accept the parents. So if you have your mom or your dad, can bring your kids here and then they can stay with you for 6 good months. Now, when I say about friends, so friends could be your neighbors, maybe your friends, or could be your colleagues. So you can organize, if someone has a kid, you can organize this day. If I'm working, you take care of the kids. If you're the one who is working, I take care of the kids. Yeah, so you can do that. That's a very good option. And that also comes due to trust. Of course, you want to entrust your child with people that you know, and you know that your kids are safe with them. Yeah, so that is family and friends. The other thing I would say, you remember some point, I think after this video, I will leave a link below for a video that I did for a professional childminder. Yeah, you get to see that video. And I've said in this video, actually, I will also discuss about the cost. I did with Paula Lewis, and the child minding here in Northern Ireland, which is not that different from England, it's £4 per hour. Yeah, so £4 per hour, it's it's basically for one child. Yeah, it's basically for one child. But what happens, you can discuss with the childminder and you can see their options. If you have two kids, is it £4 for one child, or is it each child, or can they, like, reduce that price if you have two kids or three kids? Yeah, so you can check that, and then please make sure you watch that video. I'll make sure I leave it in my description below. So the other thing is, guys, I've said I'll discuss about after school clubs, and also I'll discuss about summer scheme, because many people don't know about this. I'm a single mom and I live with my daughter here, and so there are school clubs, and these are different. You may be confused what I'm talking about here, because there are two type of after school club. There's a club that is organized by the school itself, like maybe their kids, children activities, like my daughter after school every Monday, she remains in school and she has a dance class for a whole hour. So that is up to 3 o'clock. Yeah. And then there's this other after school club, which is in the community, in the locality where you live. And there's a community where they organize after school We are going to pick the kids. Then after picking the kids, we'll stay with them and we'll help them with their homeworks. Now, like around my area, there's a school club, but I've never used it. I did inquire the information, but I never used it. Reason being, they start they start after school. Yeah, they pick the kids from school. Mind you, they're not dropping them to school in the morning. They pick them after school, they stay with them, but then the problem is they finish at 5 o'clock. So if you're a nurse like myself, or if you are a healthcare assistant and you're working a long day shift, which is 8 to 8, you can imagine what will happen. Yeah, you don't have anyone to look after your child after that. So that's a problem. So, guys, what I would say is, unless if you know you have a friend who can pick your child from the after school club at 5 o'clock, don't go for that option. But if you know you have someone who can always pick them from after school club, go for that option. And payment here, guys, is not that expensive. Around my area, it was 11 pounds. Yeah, I think it was 11 pounds or 10 pounds per day. So that is the whole day. Yeah. And remember, you can also use this one when they are after they have closed school. You can also use that. And during schools, again, you can use them. So you discuss if it's half day or if it's the whole day, you discuss with them so that they can tell you actually how much you're supposed to be paying. But when I did ask them, they told me I was supposed to pay 11 pounds or 9 pounds, somewhere there per day. And that was after school. So the next option, guys, I've said about summer schemes. Summer schemes, they are organized by the, what can I say, the locality. You see, the local area where you live, by the community. They can organize. This is where they help look after your kids when you're at work. That's during summertime. And have in mind that, guys, they don't work during holiday. Holidays, they don't work. So if you're working during holiday, make sure you have someone else to look after your child because they don't open. And again, summertime, they do have, people here, they love holidays, guys. They would want to go to Spain, to America, to Africa, wherever. So they would have that their own time. So most of the time when kids are in school, that's the time they do operate. But when kids are away, yeah, they are not in school, they are home, they don't work. So they'll have like 2 weeks holiday, 3 weeks holiday, or even there are those who don't operate over the summertime. So when you're registering your child, probably the child minder, make sure you ask them how do they operate during summertime. They need to explain to you so that you don't come and be stranded, that you don't have anyone to look after your child. Yeah. So the other option was, I was even checking here because I have an email from my trust. Most of you know I'll be joining hospital soon. And I had this email about the summer scheme. So they'll be starting in the morning at 8:50 and they'll be finishing at 5:50 in the evening. So now you can imagine it's still the same thing. So it will depend where you're, no, it's 8:30 to 5:30 in the evening. So if you are working again a long day, 8 to 8, it might not work for you. But then this one is good, guys, because if you're working in the hospital, you'll be able to go in the morning, probably drop your child in the summer scheme club. Yeah. And when you are leaving, like now, I'll be working in theater. So in the evening, when you are leaving, you pick your child then. Yeah. If that's not the case, send someone to pick your child from there. And this is good because these kids, they're involved with the other activities. They are not bored, just to keep their minds active. So it's a good thing. And I wanted to read for you about their prices. So half day for this, now the trust that where I'll be working, half day for one child, first child, it's £7 and 25 pence. Yeah. For the second child, it's 6.25. And for the third child, thanks so much for subscribing. Gladys, you're welcome. And then we have The third child is 575. So you see, guys, this one, it's really determined how many children you have enrolled in the scheme. So you'll be having like a form to enroll your kids to the summer scheme. Yeah. And that's why I was saying, if you are to use a childminder, ask them, are they going to charge you the same amount of money? If one child is £4, is it for everybody? If not that, and I am talking about £4 per hour. If not that, ask them, if I have a second child, if I have a third child, are you going to charge them the same amount of money? So do ask them, because I can see half day for these kids who are in the summer scheme in the trust, they are not paying like a lot of money. No, it's per child, half day, which is 725. You see, it's not even like £4 per hour. That is very, very cheap, guys. It can really help when kids are on their holidays. And of course, I've said 625 for the second child, and 575. That is £5 and 75. Don't confuse, 75 pence, yeah, or p's. And for the full day, it's 14.50. So £14 and 50 pence. One child. Second one will be 12.50, and that one will be 11.50. So if you have 2 or 3 children, you have a discount. Yeah, for the second and the third child, you'll be having a discount. Then the other thing was about registration fee. Per child, this one, there's no discount. So if at all you are to enroll your children in a summer scheme, it will be £13. This is just an example, which is just in my trust where I'll be working. And they sent me this option because I'll be joining them, and my daughter will be out, will be away from school, or she'll have closed school. So they were just giving me options, but they gave me because I had to ask about this. Of course, if you are a mom, a single mom, or if you are a working parent, whether you are both with your partner, you can organize your time. Yeah, you can organize your time and know who is to take the child to the summer club, or do you want to stay with them at home, or stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, park, they go for a walk, they do they even go to the beach and stuff like that. Like my daughter, when she was in the childminder's place, they used to do all these sort of things. Yeah. So, guys, the other thing I wanted to say, for those people who are working in hospital, because this one is for hospital, the one that I've just read is for hospital. So, if you're a nurse and you're working in the hospital, you can qualify for this summer scheme for the Southeastern Trust where I'll be working. So, check with your trust how they are helping out with the childcare during summer time. Now, I want to say something about early childcare, because this one, it's only for 5 years up to 12 years. But any kids, this one is for 4 actually. So any kids below 4 years, they can't qualify for the summer scheme. So you see, you'll be like stranded if at all your child is below 4 years. Now, the good news is, in the hospital, there's a daycare there. There's a daycare, and they usually call it early age or early step. So between 2 years and 4 years, you can enroll your child to that daycare. And again, they always finish at 5:30 or 5 o'clock. So you have to check the timing very well, so that you can see, will you manage in the morning once you drop your child there? Will you manage to send someone to collect your child? Or if you're finishing, mostly if you're half day, you can finish your work and you can go and pick your child. So if you have a child below 4 years, you are okay. Yeah, you can use this early stage daycare in hospital. And let me just emphasize this, that in case your child is above 5 years, they can't be accepted. And that is in the early stage daycare in the hospital. But in case your child is 4 to 12 years, they can be accepted in the summer club. Okay. And all the prices, so the cost, it varies. So every time you inquire about childcare, you have to inquire about the cost. All right. Yeah. So the other thing, guys, I would say, maybe I've said this before. If you have a partner, you can always organize at home. Yeah, you can organize at home. Someone is doing day shift or the other one is doing night shift. Like, you can help one another. if let's say if you're a nurse like myself, I'm a nurse, let's say I had a partner who works day shift, I would prefer to work night shift so that my partner would sleep with my daughter or will stay with my daughter, and then in the morning once I come, I can do all these things. I can take her to the school, I can pick her, I can do all that, anything that is required to be done during the day, dropping her to school, picking her from school. Yeah, I can do that. So yeah, that's a good thing. And as I said, in case you have any questions, guys, please do ask. I really wanted to say this because many people have been asking me how to manage childcare here in the UK. Guys, it's a nightmare. Me, I won't lie. I've been through there. Being a single mom, I've been through there and I've tried almost everything of what I'm talking about now. So when I talk about this, I think I'm the best person to give my own experience and I'm the best person to give you the options. Yeah. So in case you have any questions, do ask. And I always like recapping. So I said number one, you can use your family and friends. Yeah. So family and friends, you can bring someone from home. Yeah. And this person could be, most likely it's your parents, because nowadays they are really not giving your sisters and brothers the visiting visa. So you can use your parent. Don't go for your kids. Put your mom to be the one to bring your kids over here to the UK. Because if you go, it will be now another process. You know, they are questioning, why are you bringing someone and stuff like that. But for as long as the person who is coming, you can even try for your sister, but for as long as they can show that they can go back home to after 6 months, that's okay. Yeah. And the other thing I said about professional childminders, whom I said I used to pay £4 per hour. Even now it's still £4 per hour. In England, I don't think there's much difference. Yeah. And then the other thing I've said, after school club can be in school where maybe they are left to do some activities, football club or dance club. If not that, we can have the other community club where they pick kids from school, they come, they help them to do their homeworks, and then after 5 o'clock, they are done. And then you pick your child, or someone, you can send someone to pick your child for you. The other thing I said about the summer scheme, I've already said it operates only during the day and doesn't operate over the holidays. So also see your working session time, and you can discuss with your trust. If you're working in the hospital, the better for you. If not in the hospital, also in the community, there are summer schemes. By the way, last year I realized that they do, even you see these older kids, they take them for camps, like they go for a camp for like a whole week. You see some activities, just as I mentioned, they go with them, then after 1 week they come back. So they organize such kind of activities. Something else I didn't mention, guys, it's about the au pair. I really didn't want to say much about this because I've not really known anyone using the au pair group. Now, the au pair group, there are people who are like a non-profit, how do you call them? These non-profit organizations. They have like students in the universities. This is mainly in England, but here in Northern Ireland, I've not seen anyone, but I hear they're there, but I've never met any. So I really can't say much about them. But what happens if you're to use someone from au pair group, they live in your own house, like you house them and then you'll be paying them. Because you see, if someone is in school, they're entitled to 20 hours where they can work. So instead of them going outside and looking for a house to live in, you can house them in your own house. So you see, you can organize yourself either because they are going to school during the day and stuff like that. They can drop your kids to school, they can pick them from school, and then you can work night shifts. So you can organize yourself with such kind of people. So just volunteer to house this person in your own house. The other thing, again, I didn't mention, it's about maybe your neighbors. You can see your neighbors, you can discuss with them and see if they can help you. I don't know the other thing that I'm forgetting. And of course, I said your colleagues can help you out. I also said, what else? Partner, you can organize yourself. Yeah, you can organize yourself with your partner and see how you can help one another. Hi, guys. I can see you're still there. Any questions? If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat section here. I would see it. Yeah, and I think, and the other thing, not only the au pair group, You see, when I say you talk to people, go out there, say your problem. Don't fail to say your problem. Because I remember the first time, not a long time ago, I was working a normal, usual day, and then there's someone who had come to work because I used to work with the agency. And then someone else was working with the agency. And then as we were discussing, I was like, do you know someone who can help me take care of my daughter and stuff like that? And they were like, yeah, my sister is in school. Why don't I talk to her? So talk to people, be open, talk to people, and those university students can really help you. Yeah. The other thing I would say, there's something, this one I'm putting it the last because many people are so confused about this one. It's about the domestic visa, guys. There's a domestic visa, and this domestic visa, it's where you can bring someone from home. Let's say you have a nanny. You can come with your nanny here in the UK, but then the conditions are, if you're bringing a nanny, they must stay in your house. They must have stayed in your house and with your family for a whole good year before bringing them over to the UK. Yeah, that is number one condition. The other thing, and you need to provide like evidence. How do you pay this person? Make sure you pay them with something that can show, like a statement, either your bank statement or like M-Pesa. M-Pesa we have in Kenya, we use M-Pesa, that is mobile banking. You can show like the M-Pesa statement, I've been paying this person, and let it be at least for 1 year. Even if it's not 1 year, have other evidence, the parties, birthday parties, family gatherings, stuff like that. Show that person is part of you. Because if you fail to prove that this person has been a part of you for a whole year, they won't be qualified, or they won't qualify to join you here in the UK. The other thing, you need to pay this person a minimum wage. According to the UK government, you're supposed to pay a minimum wage to this person. But then there was this argument like you can always agree with this person the much that you can pay them. But according to the government of UK, you need to pay them a minimum wage. Yeah. And again, you need to at least have some money, or you can prove, if you're the employer, you can prove that you can take care of this person, yeah, as they stay with you. Or if they have money, they can prove that they have money that they can take care of themselves. Now, this visa, guys, it's amounting to 531 pounds at the moment. Yeah, so 531 pounds visa. That is for domestic visa. Okay. Yeah. So for your nanny, you can do that if you are able to. And which is good, because if you bring someone from home, you know them, you trust them. Huh? How can I explain? Instead of looking for someone here, someone there, someone here, someone there, if you entrust your kids with this one person, I think it would really, really help. Remember, I said that visa is 501 pounds. And I said you need to have stayed with this person for at least 1 year. And you also need to make sure that you have money that you can take care of this person. And you need to prove that, guys. You need to have that money, or this person must have that money to prove that they can take care of themselves within that period. They'll be here. Now, domestic visa, you don't stay like throughout. It's not a permanent residency. No. Domestic visa is like visiting visa. So it will be a period of 6 months. After the 6 months, this person is supposed to go back home. And then after going back home, then you invite them again. So my advice would be, if you have your nanny and you brought them over through a domestic visa, during your leave or your holiday, take your leave or holiday, or holiday within that period when they have gone back home. Or you can even take advantage and go together with them, then come back. So you have to come back and invite them again. They start another process. Yeah. And I remember there's even a friend of mine, her mom qualified for 2 years visa, guys. So what happens, you have to be very careful who you bring here to the UK, because my friend brought her mom for the first 6 months, then her mom went back, then she got a baby, again she applied, but then when they applied again, her mom qualified for 2 years. This is what happened. Because her mom came and went back, there's that loyalty, if I may say. But the thing is, even if you qualify for those 2 years, you will have to go back home. Yeah, you will have to go back home for 6 months, then you stay 1 month, then you come back. 6 months, stay 1 month, come back. Yeah. So you have to follow that. And even for the domestic visa, I've said it's the same. 6 months, you go back home and then you come back. So yeah, in case of any questions, guys, I'll check them. And then, as I said, I'll leave the video for the professional childminder in the description below. So for those who hopped on here, thank you so much. I do appreciate. And thank you so much for your continued support. Again, my name is Lilian Shiro. Yeah, I'm a registered nurse here in the UK. And in my videos, guys, I always try to see how I can help, like, just to share information that may help someone out there. Okay, yeah. Hi. So I'll be seeing you in my next video. Remember to subscribe if at all you've not subscribed.